Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Steph's Design Space. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. Okay, today I am making some over-the-page bookmark thingies. So this is inspired by Tina Gilbert, and I will link her channel down below so you can follow her and see her take on these things. Okay, so I just have a bunch of scraps, and I don't know which ones I'm going to use. So I think these are kind of too skinny, although that one's really pretty. Anyway, I think they're kind of too skinny. So I think I'm going to stick with these larger ones. I don't know, how big are these? 10. Because I did one that I had on my desk. So this is kind of what it looks like. So it is just like a thing that fits right over a page. We'll pretend like this is a page in a book. So it fits like right over the page, and it's just a really pretty decorative thing. So that is what I'm gonna make, and I don't even remember how wide. So this is 3 inches wide. Now I know I can go a little bit smaller, right? So that's 1, 2.5. I'm good with that. I'm good with 2.5. So let's see what we have. We have this one, and so I'm going to use this one. I think that is too skinny. I'm not sure how this is going to look because it has all the chairs on it, but I could probably do it like that. Put that on the inside. I may have to trim that one down. And how big is this? Trim that one. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to make it at least 2.5 or 3 inches across. So let's see, where are we at? This is 3. Oh my goodness, where did I lost my blade. I bet it fell in my little bucket. Yep, there it is. Oh my goodness, pardon the hair. Okay. How's everyone doing today? I'm good. I got all the orders filled, all the Patreon done, everything's at the post office, and all is well. So that is what I focused on this morning, was getting those finished. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 by 8. That way it is easy for me to know that I just do score it at 4, because that is half. Okay, and obviously we keep the scrap. So we're doing 3 by 8. I'll put you up there. All right, how big is this one? Now, when she did it, she did all like craft paper color. I want to use up some of these scraps that I have. They're a good size, right? So I just want to use up some of the scraps that I have, and I'm okay if they're different shapes and colors, because by the time I add the other stuff to it, it'll be more in the background. And I think it will look good. And if it doesn't, you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, so this, I'm going to make an even 2.5. It's definitely not 3. So we're going to just do this one at, going to be 2 3/4. What? All right, I'm trying to keep it on the line. All right, that's a pretty even cut. And we'll just get that off of there. So I went live on YouTube last night. So this is, what is today, Wednesday? Y'all probably won't see this until Friday. But yeah, I went live on YouTube and created a beautiful, oh my gosh, so sorry, a beautiful like policy envelope out of a, whatchamacallit, a junk mail envelope. So it turned out really well. Took me a hot minute. Made a few mistakes, but you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's what I love about this. Even though if you make mistakes, they're easy to fix. And if they're not, then you just make it something else. Okay, so I have all of these. Is that 8? It sure is. It just looked like super short. Okay, we put this back down here. I have a bucket under my feet. It's actually a basket, not a bucket. Okay. I did grab the scoreboard because it is easier to score these and then fold them, because sometimes they are thick. Now, since I did this at 8, then we are going to score it at 4, because that is halfway. And we're just going to fold it over. So I'm going to do that with all of these. Just score it at 4. Now, if you're using 8.5 by 11, like if your paper is 8.5 by 11, see, that's why I hate using these things, because it messes up the paper. Because some cardstock is thicker than others. I prefer using the ball. Okay. Now, do this at 4. And we're going to fold it like so. I will, whatchamacallit, do, oh my gosh, words. I will make sure that it is burnished down. As soon as I get all of them scored. Now this one has writing on it, but I'm okay. We're going to use it anyway. Okay. I got home from the post office and there was a strange car parked in front of our house, like on the street, right? And it was running. I hate when that happens. Like, go park in front of someone else's house. I've watched too many true crime shows. Oh my gosh. So I took pictures of it, sent it to my husband, let him know, hey, all is well. The alarm on the house is set. And I'm, you know, whatever. But just in case, this is the strange car that is parked right in front of our house with the engine running for no good reason. So anyway, and it was a car I've never seen on our street before. So, yeah. And then it left. It was here for a little bit after I got home, and then it left. But we do live in a cul-de-sac, and the high school is like right on the other side of the cul-de-sac is the high school. So, it could have just been high school kids, right? Waiting for their friends or hiding out or who knows, but still, I don't take any chances. We live in a crazy world. The windows are super tinted too, so I couldn't even tell you who was in there. Okay, so that's, you know, Paranoid Stuff 101. But you know what? I would rather be a little on the paranoid side and be prepared and aware than not. Because the alternative isn't good sometimes. Okay, I am going to take all of these scraps and put them back in my little scrap bucket. Okay, so we have these. Ooh, y'all know I'm adventurous if I think I'm going to do 5. Okay, we will see about that. Now, next thing I want to do is go ahead and ink them up. Where is my vintage photo? Not vintage photo. Where is... Alright, ground espresso, I guess, will work. I was looking for my walnut stain. It should be up there. I don't see it. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do this on both sides, because this is a thing that you will see both sides of, right? So I'm going to go ahead and ink up both sides. Y'all know I love my ink, and I did remember to change out my little pad, so it doesn't have as much juice in it as it usually does, right? That's alright. Oh my goodness, I still have another video to do after this for my patrons, so I'm going to teach them how to make a zipper tag. That's going to be fun. I like making those. And then today is my daughter's birthday, and we are going to take her out for dinner when she gets off work. So I will be doing that. My baby turns 34, not turns, turned 5:42 this morning. It's crazy how you remember those very specific details. 5:42, she weighed 8'8", 21 inches long, and a beautiful baby girl. But funny story, so I had just turned 19 in March, and she was born in April. Obviously, April 3rd, today's her birthday, and I need you to like get juicier. So I was a baby myself. I do not recommend that. But hey, if you do, you'll get through it. Anyway, so I had, first of all, I had her in a hallway because there were no rooms available at the hospital. And this was way back in the 90s. And we didn't have insurance, so we had like the public insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it is, whichever one it is. I get them confused. And back then, there was no choices. Like, we had to go to a county hospital. Like, I didn't even get an ultrasound with her at all. Like, it wasn't deemed necessary, so I had no idea if she was a boy or girl. Honestly, I had no idea if she was really healthy, but because prenatal care back then, when you didn't have insurance, was lacking. But anyway, so we were at the county hospital, and they did not have any rooms available, so they had me waiting in the hall. Now, my water had broke early that morning. My water broke at, I think, 1 o'clock in the morning. And we got to the hospital. Anyway, so labor, and I had no drugs. Zero, zilch, nada. Because that wasn't deemed necessary either. And I remember laying there scared out of my wits, and this woman who was, I don't know where she was close enough for me to hear her screaming at the top of her lungs, oh my God, I'm dying, I'm dying. And in that moment, I seriously prayed right then. I was like, oh God, please, I changed my mind. I don't want to have a baby right now. As I'm in active labor. Yeah. Oh, funny stuff. So she started coming way faster than they thought. You know, first time baby, they're thinking it's going to be a while. It was not. I still didn't have a room. And yeah, she was crowning, and I had her in the hallway with my husband at the time holding one leg and a nurse holding another, and somebody delivered her. I'm assuming it was a doctor. Could have been a janitor. I don't know. Anyway, and she was born, but then I had a little bit of complications. I was super weak. I'd lost a lot of fluids, and I could barely sit up. I passed out going to the restroom, so they would not bring her to me at all in the room. And they wouldn't take me down to her because I was a liability. So I couldn't leave my room to go see my baby, and they wouldn't bring her to me because I couldn't take care of her. I was a fall risk. But then they discharge me. But they keep her. And I'm young and dumb, right? I have no idea how to advocate for myself or her or anything else. I'm like, okay, you know, this is the way that it goes. And anyway, so I'm just going to tear out some pages from various different books. Like, this is an old algebra book, but I thought the numbers looked really cool. Oh, and it's super delicate. So we're going to tear out 2 of those. I love using my vintage stuff in here. Okay, so where was I? And so my grandmother was very close to the hospital. So we just went to my grandmother's and stayed the night. And then I went to pick her up, Rachel, my oldest. I went to pick her up from the hospital the next day because they called me and said, in case she's cleared, she can go home. So I get to the nursery, and my armband and her armband numbers did not match. Like, they were not the same number. OMG. Can we just talk about how freaked out I was? And here's how they here's how they were like, ma'am, are you sure this is your baby? And I am bawling and crying. 1, it's like crazy hormones, right? And 2, you're telling me that this may not be my child, but as I am steadily getting her dressed in her cute little going home outfit, I'm like, yes, this is my baby. Because the one thing I do remember is after she was born, and they held her up, and I did get to see her in that moment. I remember she had a strawberry patch on her nose. And so when I was in the nursery, I knew she was mine, though. And you can tell she is mine because she looks just like me. We could be twins. Anyway, so as I'm crying and getting this baby dressed, and they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure this is my baby. And that was it. Like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, good gravy. Can we just talk about how scary that is just for a moment? Jeez Louise. Anyway, so brought her home. Like, I was so weak, y'all. No lie. I couldn't even hold a glass. Like, my grandmother tried to, like, pour me a glass of juice, and I couldn't even hold the glass. But they discharged me, you know, because they needed the bed. Anyway, you know what? When you survive that kind of crazy, you can do anything. And then, so when I had Heather, we had insurance. And I told my husband at the time, I was like, I don't give 3 figs. If we don't have insurance, I will not have another baby in a public hospital. I will have her in a field first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So this is 3, so I want to make this 2.75 by... Oh, I think I have my cheat sheet, and it maybe is going to be the same. 2.75 by... How big is this? 4. So 2.75 by... Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to write this down, and that sticky note is... Here, the sticky note's good. Okay, 2.75 by 3.75, because I just want it a little bit smaller. Let me get my big one out. I don't think the chopper's going to work very well. Okay. Okay, let me get all my 3 inches, because I know that I have one. That one is not a 3 inch. That one is. That one is. And that one is. I'm just going to put this one to the side. If I have time, we'll get back to it. But right now, I just want to measure these. Right? So these are all the same. So I'm just going to trim this off. So yeah, so when I had Heather, the second one, when I turned 20, because they're only 20 months apart, we did have insurance, and I had her in a regular hospital. And I will tell y'all, there is a world of difference. Okay, I want this at 2.75. And I'm trying to make sure that I have the writing going up, right? Because I'm going to put it on top of here. So 2.75 by, I think I want this cut off. 3.75. Okay, let's see what that's gonna look like. Okay, perfect. Because really, I just, you know, it's just gonna be like in the center, framed out. That would be great. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. All right, so this can go on this side, but first we have to round the corners. So yeah, it was a world of difference. And my water actually broke with her. She was born at 9:09. All my babies, all 4 of my babies were born in the morning. And all of them, my water broke except the last one. And he also took the longest. So there's that. Okay, so each of these need 4 of something to go on the inside. So I want to kind of change it up. I have this book page. That's a scrap. On the inside, let's do this encyclopedia thing. Actually, there is it. Yeah, it's white on the inside. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Definitely gonna do this one. Okay, let me trim this up. Anywho, so yeah, the doctor was like, oh, it's, I remember he came in, and he's like, oh, it's gonna be a while. And I didn't have any drugs with Heather either, not because they wouldn't allow it, but I was like, you know what, I didn't with Rachel, and I thought I could handle it, and I did. I didn't have any kind of anything with either one of the girls. But God, had I known that was a stupid mistake. Like, to each his own, like, choose you. But I am telling you, there is no, what did I say this is? 2.75. Anyway, so, all that being said, that is not long enough. And this is at 3.75. I fired my doctor. Of course, he didn't take it seriously because I'm sure he gets fired all the time when he gives women the news that it's going to be a while. And I remember I was in active labor, like seriously active labor. And my grandmother comes in and I screamed at her. It's the only time in my life I ever yelled at my grandmother. Oh, it was awful. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about these birthing stories. This is a crafting YouTube channel. Oh my goodness. There you have it. There's the 2 stories. I'll save the boys' stories for their birthdays. How about that? I know y'all are like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that. Said nobody ever. Alrighty then. Scraps. And this is a 3.75. I may have to get some more different papers out. Alright. Let me round these corners. How much time? Golly, I've already been on here 25 minutes. Jeez. Well, not quite that long. Takes a few minutes to set up and get situated. Okay, so I am going to, on this one, because it is dark on the inside, and this one is too. I'm trying to think, because because these pages are kind of whitish. So you know what, I'm gonna do these two. I'm not gonna have time for 4. I don't know why I thought I was gonna have time for 5. What kind of lunatic am I? Okay, so I'm just trimming off like this white, the sides that have 0 writing on them. Now I know they can be used for other things, and that's fine. They're over here on my scraps, but I don't want them for this project, the white part, the non-lettered part. Okay, so 2.75, 3.75, I have to do 2 of these. Anyway, so that is that. And I would fast forward through this. Maybe I should. I should just fast forward through the cutting part because y'all know I'm cutting, right? All right, so I'm going to speed this process up. Let me scoop this over. I'll get my little desk vacuum out later. Okay, so I am going to put these on the inside. And this is going to go on the outside. Now I realize this is kind of plain, but it is what it is. I didn't think about it before I cut it down. And it's size specific. Pacific, good gravy. So, yes. Now I need, I'll just use this little book page because I want to ink these up. But they're very fragile. This little newspaper is. I don't remember, I don't know if it says it on this page. I think these are from like the early 50s. Okay, that is going to be good enough. Let me go ahead and do these. Let me get some more ink. Can't wait for this to get good and saucy, soggy, juicy, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I like this side better. That's another thing. Look at the sides, like which side that you want facing out, because the other side's not going to be seen. So your favorite side, the good side, needs to be the one that has the ink on it, right? And then this is the next one. See, this has more than that, so we're going to go with this. I picked up these books at Goodwill. I have no idea. I know they're in Japanese because I asked somebody who is from Japan, lives in Japan, and she said it was Japanese. So I do know that they're Japanese. So there's that. Okay, we are setting those aside. Let me go ahead and ink up these, and then I can put the ink away, right? Well, probably not, but just do it all at once. So I'm going to fast forward through this too. So all of those are inked up. Now we just need the glue, which is on the other desk. As always, right? I don't have everything I need on the side I need it, but it's not that far. It is not that far away. All right, I'm going to do the insides first. And it is as simple as, you know what? I'm going to use a glue stick. That way I can just swipe it and be done. Okay, one bad thing is I don't know if it's upside down or right side up. Alright, that one is down. We can do this one. I was going to say something. Dang it, what was I going to say? I was going to tell y'all something. I don't remember. I do not remember what I was going to say. Shocker, like, who didn't see that coming? I need a smusher. Alright, those are smushed down. Alright, so I'm going to put these on and then I'm going to fast forward through the other ones. Flip. Okay. And we're going to fast forward through this one. Now it is time to decorate the outside. I'm not going to worry about decorating the inside because you're not going to see that much. So we are going to decorate the outside, and I did pull, it's so funny, as I cleaned off my shelves, right, and realized I have like 3 of these different books. Like, they're not all the botanist sticker anthology, but they are various different ones. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of those. And so I put them in a de-stash pile. But then as I was doing this, I was thinking, you know what? These actually may work well for this little project. I'm probably still going to get rid of the book because I'm not going to hold on to it just for, you know, whatever. But I thought for this project I could definitely use it. And the side, and each side does not have to match. Now, I don't trust the stickiness of these because they are super thin paper, so we're just gonna give it a little help with a clogged up art glitter glue nozzle. Oh, come out. Yes. Okay. You try to just hold it on the edge. I don't even know if this is right side up. I'm just going to put this right in the center of this book page. And now we're going to find something to go over here. And let's try this one. Oh, perfect. And if I need to add a little extra glue at the bottom, I can. So we have that. Now, this might be cute. You know what? I need to remember this page. So I need a bookmark. Ha! Look at that. It's a bookmark because it has some bees on it. And I think I'm going to do this one for the bee journal. So we're going to use that as a bookmark. What else can I put on here? I like this little butterfly. Actually, I think that is going to go on this side. A little butterfly. And we have a ladybug, but there is way too much white around these bugs. I should have trimmed that off of that too, but we're just going to cut it out. And put it down here. I know I didn't put glue on it, but we're just going to put it down and hope for the best. So there's that. And I'll do this little ladybug. Just trying to get rid of some of the white. I mean, when else am I going to use these things, right? So I might as well do it here. Come on. Well, that's where it wants to stick, so that's where it's going. Okay, so that one is decorated. I still have one more thing to do, but we'll do that together. Okay, let me kind of flip through here and see if anything. I don't want fungi. See, this is what happens when I don't plan. It just kind of takes forever, right? But we are going to take this one, add some glue. Stick that down. And for the other side, we can do, how about we do this orange one? I think it's going to be too long, but nothing I cannot trim off. Scissors. Oh, that's going to look quite silly, I think. I'm going to actually put it at the bottom since I cut it wonky like that. So I'll put it at the bottom and then we'll have some things above it. How about that? Okay, now back to the bookmarked page. So there is this bee. And then there is this one. So then I can put this in the bee journal. Oh my goodness, come on. Alright, this side, what do we have? I need to find something real quick. I don't want to be here all day. Dragonfly's too big. Here's some other little bees. We'll just use these. A bee. And another little one. And that is that. Okay. Now I've got to figure out what color of ribbon. So I'm going to go and we're going to pick out some ribbon. I thought this gold would be a nice contrast to that. And then I got green, no contrast, but that's what I'm going with. Okay, let me put you. Oh my gosh. I don't want to lose you on the floor. Little straight pens are no fun stepping on. Okay, so I'm going to measure this out. 1, 2, 3. So I'm just making it 3 times the length of the thing. And it may be a little bit too long, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Okay, set that to the side. And same thing here. Okay, now that I have ribbons, I don't like the whole rubber band concept. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's a guesstimate. Okay, now we are going to, where is this? So this is 3, and so I want I want 1 and 2. So I'm going to mark that at 1 inch and 2 inches. I thought I had a pencil up here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to mark it right here and right here. And the same thing for this one. All right. I hate that they put this right here because it gets in the way of the numbers, right? So it's slightly irritating. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm just using this as a hole punch. I'm using the small one, and I am just going to punch a hole, and I'm going to show you when I'm done. Okay, so the holes go through both sides. So when I open it, there is clearly holes right there. Okay, so I'm going to do it for both of them. Okay, so now we take the ribbon and put it through each hole. And then this one. Like, how challenged am I? So challenged. Oh my goodness, come on. All right, now we're gonna pull this and tie it. I'm hoping that I tied enough to where I can do, cut enough to where I can do a bow. How hard is it to make a bow? For me, very, very hard. Oh my gosh, just grab the thing. It's right there. There we go. Okay, that is like the worst bow ever. But I'm leaving it because I don't have time to sit here and fool with the bows. Okay, this one is next. It already takes me like 600 years just to get the ribbon through. So you're putting it on the inside of the bookmark, right? Sorry, I keep seeing cars going down my street. Maybe if I do it like this, instead of trying to do it when it's folded, maybe I do it when it's not folded. What do we think of that? I probably need to tie this in a knot to keep it straight, right? Or to keep it tight. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Out. Okay, now we're going to attempt a small bow with my big old man thumbs. Okay, well, it's not the greatest bow, but that's not my expertise anyway. I need to take a bow making class. Okay, so that is that. Now, let me get my bee journal. And let's find a really cool place to put this. No, it's too busy. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it right here. And now we have a little bookmark, and we have decoration on 2 pages, and it just sits there, as pretty as you please. And I know, like, once things get put in here and what have you, and the book is closed, it will stay. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put the green one in here too, because why not? Not on green. Oh, maybe right here. There we go. And then we close it up, and ta-da! And I can move them so the sad little bows are not on top of each other. And there we have it. There we have it, folks. All right, guys, that is it. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things. And watch my live videos. Go back and watch the replays, because I do different things on my lives. So yeah, go do that. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye.